Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our library orientation. First, we'll start the session by apologizing to you. Since morning we've been experiencing a technical hitch, but our technician have rectified it. Thank you. I'm Paul Mutedia Ndiki. I'll be moderating this session. This session it was meant for our first years, but anybody on board or everybody on board, you are welcome to hear the services and the product we offer as Ruben Marambi Library. Basically, we are here for three things. One is to market the various services we offer. The second one is the various products we offer, and then to teach you on how to assess the services and the product that the Ruben Marambi Library offers. Ruben Marambi's vision is to empower through information. You are meant to make your study go on well. Then with me, we have a team of our staff members, very competent with the right qualification for different sections and departments. Another thing, what they noting as for our introduction is that we are here to help you in your research and learning by one, telling you the various services we have by garnering whatever the first rule of Northern. That's where it says books are for use. That's why we are marketing. The university spends a lot of money in purchasing or subscribing to the various databases and purchasing the physical books. So, and with that, the library is not meant to be a bookstore. It's meant for you leaders to pop in and make use of the books. So the fourth rule is that it states that we save the time of the reader. We are here. We basically assume that library users are very busy. Not really an assumption. Library patrons are busy, are always busy, and we are here to help you in that, to save the time for you always. So for the orientation, I'll start by introducing my colleagues. We have a team of about 15 ladies and gentlemen who are very competent in their various with the various skills needed for the various jobs in the library. So I'll start by introducing the library management. That's our team leader, somebody very competent and with over 20 years experience in librarianship, Madam Ruth will say something. Welcome, Ruth.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much, Paul, for that great introduction to the library services. My name is Ruth Gibendi, and I am the team leader for the library. We have 3 centers here. This is the main library, Ruben Marambi, the town campus library, and the Marimba Learning Center. So mine is to welcome you to this training session, congratulate you for having secured a place, and encourage you to hold on to this important training. In fact, the library is said to be the heart of the institution. So we urge you to pay attention to how to use the various library resources so that you can have the skills to be able to do it by yourself. We empower you through information. Therefore, we welcome you to pay attention to the training. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Ruth. Still on library administration, just as I told you as I was introducing the session, I'm Paul Mutedia. I'm too in library administration. A deputy is Ruth. Then I'll go on and introduce our staff members. I will start with the security services that are very essential service they offer. Of course, you need a serene and secure place to do your study or to assess the various services we offer. So I will introduce our staff members. They'll take over the mic and introduce themselves and say whatever they do.
Good morning. My name is Abraham Kadurima. I'm working in the luggage section. Luggage section is the place where all luggage is placed and tag issued. Secondly, the luggage area it has own rules which is conducted because there is some properties which is not allowed in luggage, and that properties is as follows. It is laptop, phones, cars, and any valuables in the luggage area. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kadurima. The other colleagues who assist him in the luggage area, let's say a word.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Godfried Ronira. I'm the first member of staff who will come into contact with at the library. My responsibility is to keep bags, luggages, and issuing luggage tags. You can also ask security questions and directions. Thank you.
Thank you. We have another staff member still on the luggage to security.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm Maurice, security and docket. This is where we deal with opening library and closing of library, lost and found items of students, giving student direction. In case you need to inquire anything, you can ask. We deal with maintaining rules in the library, recording items that go in and out of library. Thank you.
Thank you. Those are our staff members in the luggage and security services. You will learn more in our subsequent presentation. In our subsequent presentation, we have a guided tour of the library. And you'll also get the library rules and the regulation, just as Mr. Kadri Meia has specified. You'll be told on the specific maybe things that aren't allowed in the library, whatever the requirement. So, like something my colleague forgot to mention, which is very crucial. You know, during this time with the COVID-19 pandemic, the first thing we usually expect you as our library patrons to do is to wash your hands there. We have a provision for a tap with a provision with running water and soap. You are expected to wash your hands there before you even get to the main building, whereby we will interact with the security and the luggage people. Thank you. Then we move on to the next section. That's the reprographic service, where by our staff member in that section will introduce herself and say the various services she is offering. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you, Paul. Good morning. My name is Lillian Mwendwa. I'm in charge of the reprographic section. It is a very important section in the library that supports teaching and learning. In this section, we offer 4 services. That is printing, binding, photocopying, and scanning. And the services we offer them at a cost. Printing, we charge 5 shillings. Photocopying, we charge 2 shillings. Scanning, we charge 10 shillings per page. And binding, we charge 50 shillings and above, depending on the number of pages of the document. Thank you, and welcome, new student, to Ruben Marambey Library.
Thank you, Madam Lillian, for your introduction, the introduction of the various services you offer at your section. Something also I may add on whatever Madam Lillian has presented, is that as much as we are offering the reprographic services, we are bound, our hands are tied by the copyright laws. It's not like as much as we are offering the services, we expect you to maybe pop in with a book, and we expect us to learn a copy. We adhere to the copyright rules and the patent and copyright and patent rules. Thank you. The next section we are going to introduce to you, it's the user services, a very crucial section. I'll call upon one of the staff members to introduce the list.
Good morning, audience. My name's Martin Mudomi Mutuma. I work at the issue desk. I welcome you all on board. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Mudomi. I'll call upon another staff member, Madam Evelyn, to say what she does.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Vera Evelyn. Welcome to Ruben Marambi Library. I work in a user service desk, and in this desk, we offer the following services. 1, we allocate seats for our patrons in the library. 2, we issue books, both short-run books and long-term books. For the long-term books, we issue them for a period of 2 weeks. You can also renew online, or you just come to the library. We renew them for you at that desk. For the short-run books, we issue them over a period of just 3 hours, but you can borrow them overnight from 8:30 to 8 a.m. We also do orientation and training of our patrons to the various sections in the library. We also answer all queries concerning various sections in the library. Welcome.
Thank you, Madam Evelyn. Just as Madam Evelyn has told you, that's a very crucial point. That's somewhere you can always pop in, whether you want direction or any inquiry concerning the library services. They are there. They will guide you on anything matters library. They will guide you. If it's not something whoever is manning the circulation won't be able to sort, they can always escalate to us as the library administration, and you'll be sorted there and then. Thank you. Another section I'll introduce. It's the library system management. Sorry, I'm being reminded that there's a staff member on user services. Sorry, Julius.
Good morning. My name's Julius Murangiri Kiremi, User Services. Welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Julius. The next section I'll introduce, in library with a software we use, a software we refer to is known as Core, whereby we have a staff member who is in charge of library system. Bwana Maina will say something and introduce.
Good morning. My name is John Maina. I'm mandated at the section in the library, system management. And in the systems, we manage and control everything in the library and in the university. Sorry. In the system, as I manage the systems, different systems from repository, Koha, as my colleague has mentioned, and maybe if you get a challenge, you visit our sections and you'll be assisted. And I think you are much welcome to be assisted to do your research. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Maina, thank you for the service you render to the library and to the library patrons in large. Then the next section I will introduce is the periodical section.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Masim Sungu, and I take this opportunity to welcome you once more to our Ruben Marambi Library, where we empower you through information. I'm a library assistant based at the periodical section, and from that section you'll be able to access the online newspapers, the print magazines, university publications. These are the past graduation list, university sovereign magazines, and also we have the printed CASNEP past papers that you can be able to access from the same department. I also help students in accessing the online newspapers, online e-journals, online e-books, and also accessing the repository. A repository is where we archive our university publications. From the repository, our students will be able to access the thesis, the project, the staff publications, and also the university video, graduation videos. We will upload them and you'll be able to access through the repository. And also from the same section, I also assist our users in creating, in checking their work after they've completed the assignment. They can pass through the section. We check for them plagiarism. You are all welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you, Madam Mercy. As you have heard, Mercy plays a very crucial role in our department. You cannot complete your 4-year course without passing through Mercy, because at the end of the day, as you get to different levels of your education, you'll be expected to present term papers, projects, business plans, and she comes in here early to learn to check the plagiarism, maybe percentage as per the requirement of the university. Thank you. Then the next section I'll introduce, it's the information literacy. You know, it's not like we usually we do it. Anyone can pop in and he or she will be tutored on how to go about the use of the library. It's not like a one of things like the one we are doing. So there's somebody in charge, One Elisha, who will take you on what he does. Yeah.
Good morning, dear patrons. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I am Elisha Ngiga, and I'm in charge of the section that you've been told. Information literacy just teaches you on how to access and use information resources. You are aware that your core business in the university is to do research and to acquire knowledge, to be trained so that when you're done, when you graduate, you are able to contribute positively to the society. So the information resources that we have here, we will train you on how you'll be able to access them appropriately and use them accordingly. I know we are going to still interact in the next section. Thank you.
Thank you, Bwana Elisha. Elisha is so specific to tell you that you will interact with them more. Because since we cannot be exhaustive in a day, anytime you have a query, you can maybe do it through a group or through the class lab, through your lecturer. Elisha is always ready. He can be called anytime you need them, and you tutor you on how to go about the various services and product. The next section I will introduce is the technical services.
Good morning, library patrons. My name is Sami Kinoti. I work in the technical services section of the library. Our work in that section is to receive books. We usually deal in print books, not electronic books. Remember, there are various forms of materials that we deal with. And my section, or the technical section, receives these materials from the librarian in charge of receiving, he works both in procurement and the technical section. And then the books come in form of, they are just raw books, but we transform them into information that can be used by our users. What we do when we receive materials in the technical section is that the first thing that we do is that we verify their status, that they are in the right condition and in the right quantities, and then the purchase cost and everything tallies with procurement as per the set standards. And then after they go ahead from the librarian in charge, we process those books by assigning bookmarks, electronic magnetic strips for security, and we go on ahead to classify and catalog them using the Library of Congress classification scheme. And with my colleague who will be introducing himself soon after me, we make sure that we capture virtually every bibliographic detail about that book so that the work of searching for the same by users or patrons is made easier. After that, we generate barcodes and spine labels for the same that are assigned to the book so that the book is easily retrievable from our shelves. And after that, we assign, after the barcodes have been generated and printed, together with the barcodes, they're printed and we assign them manually on the spine labels and on the inside of the books. And then we also print and paste date due labels on the same books before they are routed out for use by the library patrons. Also, another service that we offer there is bindery services. We receive books that are either torn, mutilated, etc. And we ensure that we have captured the books before the details about the books before they go out, because during the bindery, some bibliographic information shall be lost automatically, obviously. So we capture and we change the status of the same such that a user doesn't come to the library searching for a work, which is in the bindery, it's gone out for bindery. We outsource for bindery services, whereas the book is already out such that the user does not get lost. When this user looks for this book, the status is purely this book has gone for bindery services. Of course, we also work in the user services desk at one time or another as per the schedule. Thank you.
Thank you, Bwana Kinoti, for that exhaustive presentation. You've had the section. In the section, Sami works with another person. We'll introduce himself.
Good morning. My name is John Mudhamia. I work at the technical section. I think much has been said by my colleague. There is no need of repeating that. Thank you.
Thank you, Bwana John, for that. I'll go on to the last but not the least section. That's the audiovisual. It will be taken on one by Madam Eunice.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Eunice Montune. I'm at e-resource and audiovisual lab. Apart from print books, our library has books in non-print form, and that's what we offer at our department, that's audiovisual lab. There we have CDs, DVDs. Our CDs contains information as the books, as the physical books in the shelves. We also have DVDs, which contains documentary, inspirational books, and movies. So that's all what you get from there. We also allow you to use the laptop to watch tutorials. So we encourage the use of earphones and headphones at the same department. We also provide punch cables that connects you to the network, although the Wi-Fi is strong. So welcome to our audiovisual lab.
Thank you, Madam Eunice, for that presentation. That's basically what every staff member here does. There are something I'll repeat again and again. It's like to say that our staff members are very competent with the right skills. Most of them, or nearly everybody there, it's a graduate with the various information science options. That's all on the introduction bit of it. Then we'll go on to the orientation proper, whereby we'll do it in such a way that we'll have the virtual tour. Then we'll be shown on how to access the e-resources and the use of core, our library system. Yeah. I'll hand over the mic to Elisha, who will take you through the virtual tour. Anytime anyone feels that they need maybe to be reminded on where the various services are, on where the various products are, we expect them to see. You can always pop in and ask for Bwana Elisha, who will take you one-on-one. Always is there and always there.
Thank you so much, Bwana Paul, for that session. My task is a very simple one, just to give you an overview, to take you through the library from the point of entry to your preferred location where you'll be using that information resource. Sorry. Yes. Sorry for the interruption. We were setting the station. So, yeah, so mine is just to take you through the various sections. Of course, my colleagues have introduced themselves and told you various services that are offered in each section. So I'll just brush through so that when you come, you as a new user, you'll be able to know where to locate that particular resource. Well, as you come to the library, you know we live in unprecedented times of COVID-19, so you will be expected to follow the COVID-19 protocols because your life is important to you also as and to the society. You know, each of us have a purpose in the society, and so if you go before that purpose is achieved, then the whole society will go at a loss. So we protect your life, and we would want you to also observe the COVID-19 protocols. I hope that is clear. So when you get to the library, you will need to wash your hands, and then we also have a sanitizer there. So once you wash your hands, you just get in. So I'm going to take you through various sections from the first to the last. Good. Our mission as a library is to empower you through the information because we know that information is power. Information is power. If one that is informed is able to make a proper decision, and I'm sure even through the information that you got that you decided to pursue that course that you are pursuing, it is through information that you knew that the location of Meru University. So we are here to empower you through information, as you have been told that your core business here is to do research, to acquire knowledge that will help you to contribute positively to the society. Good, so that's our mission. Now that's the library. If you can see that, that's the library, and you see that user entering. So in the library there, it's called Ruben Marambi Library. Ruben Marambi Library is a very honorable person to this university. In fact, is so dear to us because he's the person that through his efforts, we had the first 45 students of the university. So in his honor, we named the university, the library on him. So anytime you see that name, we remember this selfless person that contributed immensely to the Meru University. Good. When you enter the library, remember there is entrance and exit. Ensure that you use entrance for entrance. Don't use entrance for exit. Don't use entrance for exit to avoid confusion. So when you enter the library, you can see this machine here. There is this turnstile machine. That's where you pass as you enter. The machine is designed in such a way that it only allows a single access, one person at a time. So don't go scrambling, yeah? So just be orderly, just be organized. Then next to it, there is this section here for people that are able differently. People that are able differently. We know such. So because we know that that is nature. That's nature. We have to accommodate everyone. So people that are able differently will have that pathway.
before I come to that, I need to also mention that at the entrance we have the luggage section. At the luggage section is where you leave those foreign materials, like your bags, your heavy jackets, your food stuff, your drinks. Maybe if you have your chai, if you have your juice there, you leave it there because we don't allow users to come with those materials in the library. And then you are also told that when that is issued, you should be issued with a tag. I know all of you have gone to the supermarket and you know how the protocols. So you leave your bag, you are issued with a tag. Then once you're done with your assignment in the supermarket, you take back the tag, and then you take your luggage. That's exactly what we do here. So you leave your bag, issued with a tag. When done, pick it. Then you return that tag, you take your luggage. Hope that is clear. Now, the main sections we have, in addition to others that have been mentioned, we have the luggage area there. We know what that contains. We have the open shelves. Open shelf contains books and information resources or long term. Those that you can borrow for up to 14 days. You can borrow them up to 14 days. And then if you're not done within the 14 days, you can renew for another 14 days. So that's open shelves. Then reference section contains those reference materials like dictionaries, Bibles, Quran, encyclopedia, thesaurus, those ones. So those ones are not borrowable. You only use them within the library. Of course, you know that we only use them for references. These are not reading material like you will start reading from page 1 to page last. You only refer to that particular section you're looking for. Then short loan, which is just located behind the issue desk. We will see that in the next few slides. Short loan are those materials that are of high demand but are few in number. So to maximize usage, most users would want to use them, but they're just few copies. So what we do, we keep them there. You can borrow them and use within the library for a maximum of 3 hours. If you extend that period, if the 3 hours have elapsed and you're still using them, you'll be charged a fine of 5 shillings per hour. So if it is 5 hours, do the maths. Then long-term books or information resources, if you extend your duration, maybe you are to return them today, 30th September, and then you return the following day, that's one day, you'll be charged 5 shillings per day. So ensure that you hit into that, because unless you want to give us free money, if you want to give us money, well and good, you can stay with it for the whole semester, then you do the maths, give us the money now, ujenge nchi. Thank you. And then the next section after short loan, there we have periodicals. You have been told the use of the services provided, e-newspapers, past papers, journals, magazines, all those. We will still revisit that, audiovisual, and then technical processing materials, information commons in the discussion room. So these are the services. We have the lending. We can renew. Information literacy, we just train on how to access and use information resources. Then reprographic, What I need to mention about reprographic, the services, when you want to print your document, you only need to send it via email. We don't accept users coming with their document in flash disks or in DVDs or in CDs or whatever. You are to email them at print@mast.ac.ke. print@mast.ac.ke, then you just come and pick your material. If it is large, you would need binding. We also offer that at Comrades pocket-friendly charges. Printing at 5 bob, 2 shillings photocopying. Binding, the least amount is 50, then depending on the size of the document, if it is more than 50, going to 100 bob, then like that, depending on the size of the document, you know that. Then you can also reserve. Now reservation, if you're looking for a resource and you realize that it has been issued out, of course the status will show that it's checked out. you can reserve it, you can place hold. So when you will be shown how to do that, you book it in advance so that when that user returns it, you will be notified, then you come for that material. Then e-resources, we have them in the information, in the e-resource lab. The information materials in form of CDs and DVDs, they are all available for you. For yours, you can borrow. If you have your laptop or your DVD player or your desktop, you can use them at your comfort zones. So those are the resources we have. We have the books, we have e-books, we have e-journals, we have reference, and of course librarians. Yes, we are also an important resource for you as our user. Remember that. So in case you're not helped with these other resources, you are free to contact any of us, and you will be also given various ways through which you can reach us. Okay, you have that, the information resources we have there. We have the books, the audiovisuals, references, yeah, those ones here. That one you know. Good, so when you enter the library, just next to it, directly facing the entrance is the issue desk. Issue desk is the help desk. It is also known as the circulation desk. It is your first point of introduction as you enter the library. That's the issue desk. Yeah? So there, every other time you will find librarians ready to attend to you. You can present your concern, you can give your compliments, you can give your complaint. And these days, when you want to use the library, maybe you want to read in the library, these days we require our users to be assigned a seat. Initially, you could just come in and then randomly sit at your convenient place. But these days, if you come, you want to use the library, we assign you a seat. So you'll be given a seat number. And when you are assigned a particular seat, please use that seat. Use that seat. Why are we assigning our users specific seat numbers? Just in case of the worst, the pandemic. So in case of the worst, maybe someone has contracted the virus and he had used the library. Library is a public place for you. Many people were using it. So if maybe that person had used a particular, let's say seat number 50, then he leaves. The next person comes and sits there. So in the system will show us the first person from the first to the last in that particular day. So we can easily trace those who might have interacted with that station. So that's why we assign our users seats these days. So ensure before you go to sit, pass through the issue desk, you are assigned a seat, then go to that particular seat. And please, when you go there, it is just reading. Library is a quiet zone, just read and don't rearrange nor disarrange. Every morning, you will find the station set just for you, okay? Yeah, that's the issue desk. You can see the librarians there, and then the short loan just behind them. Yeah, that is short loan reserves. Then the reprographic is there. I know most of you, when you were doing admissions, most of you interacted with that section. Yeah. Something more I need to mention. Currently, we don't have the e-payments. We don't have mobile M-Pesa. We don't have pay bill. We don't have whatever. So we only accept cash, right? At the e-section, the reprographic section there. So when you're coming for the service there, kindly carry cash. Carry cash. But we are still working on the e-payment because I know most of you these days you prefer that as your mode of payment. Yeah, you can see those librarians there, just waiting for you to be served. Yeah. Then next there we have the opaque search area. Next presenter will take you through how to search. But currently, this station we use it also to read newspapers. In the periodical we show. I think I will come to that. Yeah. Here are the periodicals. you can read this one. You can see those who are reading newspapers. But initially we used to have these hard copies, but these days we only have them in electronic form. So you'll be shown how to use that. If you don't have your smartphone, you don't have a laptop, we have this section here. So there, as you can see, you can now use that one. You can use the machines there to access the e-newspapers. That's still periodicals. Then you can open shelf. I told you open shelves for long-term books and information resources. So there you pick the material and use it in the library. Currently, we don't issue books, yeah. So we only allow users to use the resources within the library. So you just go to the shelf, retrieve, sit in your respective seat, then use the information resource there. Okay. Hope that is clear. If there's any question up to that point, you can be entering them at the chat section there, at the comment section. Good. So we have the stairs. Ruben Marambi Library consists of 2 floors, the ground floor and the first floor. Where we are right now, this is first floor. Books on ground floor are mainly for sciences and science-related subjects, but on first floor here, they are for social sciences and references. As you can see, I don't know whether we can zoom over the other side. Can we zoom? Okay. So as you can see there is shelf number 1 to the last shelf. The shelf number 1 here is for reference and psychology and philosophy. Each shelf is labeled, so you don't need to go looking for a particular book in any shelf just haphazardly. You just go to that particular shelf, the shelf, then you can read the subject content. Then you will know definitely that is there. So you don't come to shelf number 1 here when you're looking for a book on engineering. You are looking for a book on nursing, and then you're coming to first floor. Then you start from shelf number 1, number 2, number 3. No. All information resources are classified, and each shelf contains a particular subject. Is that okay? Yeah. So you will still be shown on how to get the exact book, because each of them is given a particular address, what we call the call number. Okay, good. Then we have the reading area there. Remember what I told you, pass through the issue desk, you will be assigned a particular seat, go to that particular point. Once you have obtained that material, sit and read. Okay, you can see those users are done. In fact, you can see that first one, that first user is saturated with content, saturated with content. So it's moving from the first floor, maybe going back. Then the audiovisual section contains the computers, but these days, due to pandemic, we don't allow. We remove all the computers. We remove all the computers to avoid contact. The virus is contagious. So once someone interacts with the same surface, it might pass to the next. So we remove all the computers from the e-resources lab, but we allow you to come with your laptop and use it there. There are ports in the audiovisual. If you have your Ethernet cable, you can connect. Or we also have the Wi-Fi is very strong within the place. You can also just access the Wi-Fi there. Then we also have the CDs. You can see there. The CDs are just the information resources, but in electronic form. Yeah, you may get the exact book which is in print, but now in this case they are in electronic form. So as I told you, you can borrow if you have your laptop or your desktop or whatever device that can enable you use that material. So you can use them there. You can borrow the CDs and DVDs and then use at your comfort zones. Now the last section of the library is called Information Commons. Now, I'd mentioned earlier that library is a quiet zone. And you know that in a university you'll be engaging in a lot of group work. So you may want to have a group discussion. We have you sorted because library, since it's a quiet zone, this room here, Information Commons, is reserved for that purpose. As you can see, these users there, those comrades are collaborating, they are sharing information. Yeah? They are sharing ideas. So that's a group work. So that room, Information Commons, which is on the ground floor, just behind, within the same building, but behind, let me say behind the entrance, the other side, within the same building, that's where the room is located. It is opened 24/7. If you want to transnight, just discussing, having a group work, you are allowed to use that room throughout, from Monday to Sunday. Is it Monday to Monday or Sunday to Sunday, whichever method you decide. Throughout the night, throughout the day, it will not be closed. So that's your room for group discussion. And there are also other facilities you can use for that. You can use the lecture room, you can use tuition block, you can even use the shades, yeah? So we have that for you. Good. Let me just mention something briefly on how the information resources are classified, just briefly, and then welcome the next presenter. The library. Okay, so I want to invite the next person. Let me hand over to Paul. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Elisha, for that session. There is something that was supposed to be captured in that specific session, but we see where we'll slot it. In the library, there are some rules and regulations that govern us, but we'll see on where we'll slot it, because it's very, very much important for our library patrons to know that. I'll hand over the mic to Madam Ruth, who will take us through the use of CORE. I told you CORE is a library. CORE is a library software we use. It's an internationally renowned, international used one. Yeah. Ruth, take over, please. Ruth, the floor is yours.
Address, or you can still get the link from the main university website. Additionally, you can Google. So if you go to Google and search for Ruben Marambe Library, you will be directed to the library website. So what you're seeing projected there, is the library website. And it is your starting point for access to all the various been told about. So from here, you can be able to search for print books and go ahead and retrieve them in the main library. You can access e-books, you can access e-journals, you can access past papers and the repository. You can also be able to see your account, library account, and renew and check your fines. So I'll be taking you specifically through the physical books and how to search them and how to retrieve them from the shelf. So from the library website, you can see what's indicated there as opaque search. So from the opaque search, you go ahead and key in your subject. Just a moment. I hope you can be able to see the screen that is shared. Okay, so that is the library website, library.mast.ac.ke, library.mast.ac.ke. So as I was saying, all the library services are accessible. Most of the library services are accessible from the library website. So from this website, you can be able to do a search, find out the print books that are in the library, and actually retrieve them for your use. You can access e-journals and past papers and the repository. Okay. So this is the library website. And from the library website, you are able to find out what the library has. So now I was saying that when it comes to searching for books, books are searched by subjects. So unlike Google, where you usually go there and type a whole paragraph, maybe you've been given an assignment and you type the whole of it there, that is not going to work for your opaque search. You also have to mind your spelling errors. So you have to do the right spelling when you are searching for books. So ensure your spellings are correct, and then you search books by subjects, not by a whole paragraph. Subjects, you can be able to identify the subjects by the units that you are doing. So the units that you are doing will guide you to have an idea about the subjects. So for example, right now you are doing a number of units, let's say communication skills, HIV/AIDS, biochemistry, calculus, algebra. So that is what we mean by the subject. So the subject there, for example, calculus is a subject, biochemistry is a subject. So we search books by the subject area. So you go ahead there and you search. Assume you are doing a unit in biochemistry. So from the library website on the opaque search, you type in biochemistry and then you click on search. Okay, so there we are. That is the results that we are getting for our biochemistry search. So when we search for biochemistry, we find out that we have 129 resources. We have 129 resources there on biochemistry. And we are able, on the left side, we are able to see limits that guide us on the resources themselves. So we can limit our sources by authors, by the holding libraries, by the item type, or by location. So I want us to have a look at the results that are displayed. I want us to have a look at the results that are displayed. And you can see there, we have the items there on biochemistry. So we have biochemistry by Ottaway, general biochemistry. So these are actually the books that the library has on that particular subject area that correspond to the search query that you have presented. So when you get the book item, you just click on it. For example, I want to know about this book here, biochemistry, result number 8. So if I want to have a look at that book, I see that we have 3 copies of that book. The library has 3 copies of that book. We have 3 copies, and all of them are in Meru University. We have 3 copies of that book, and The 3 of them are in Meru University. So if you are in Marimba, if you look for that book there, you're not going to get it because that book is in Meru University. Then next to location, you can see the call number. And the call number for this book is QH345.B5 2012. QH345.B5 2012. This call number is a unique number that enables you to retrieve an item from the shelf. It's like a phone number. When you have the number, you are able to quickly and easily retrieve the item from the shelf. So I will be explaining more about the call numbers, how they are organized, and how they enable you to retrieve the item from the shelf. Then next you can see is the status, and the status indicates available. The status there indicates that this book is actually available. And the number for that particular book is indicated there, which is a unique number that separates those 3 copies from one another. So that is how you search for a book on the shelf. I will do a quick recap on that procedure. So from the library website, you come to OPAC search, you key in your keyword. So you key in your keyword is gotten from the units that you are doing. So let's say your keyword is calculus or any other. Then you search for the book. It will take you to the library catalog that the university has on calculus. Then you scroll through the results, and when you see a book that you feel is of interest to you, you click on it, and you will be shown the locations where the book is and whether it's available. So for example, that book on calculus, the author is there, the publisher is there. You will need those details later when you are doing referencing. And this particular book, Calculus by Thomas, we have 9 copies. And one copy, the first copy is on the open shelves. There's a copy that is torn, so it's on bindery. And then we have others on the open shelf. And we also have that book on short loan. My colleague mentioned to you about short loan. So if you need a copy of that book, you can be able to get it from the short loan section also. So at the moment, once a book tells you it's on open shelf, it is your responsibility to actually go to the open shelves, which my colleague showed to you, the whole shelves on the upper and the second floor. Those are open shelves. So it's your responsibility to actually go to the shelf and get the book and use it within the library, but with time we will be able to return the borrowing and the issuing services. So I want to go back here to results and show you some results, how to preview results of books before you visit the shelf. So when you look at the extreme left, you will see that the covers of the books are displayed. So these covers, there are 2 types. We have those that have straight edges at the corner, and we have covers that have a flip. For example, result number 15. The cover of that page has a flip. So any book with a flip allows you to preview it before you actually go to the shelf to borrow it, so that you can be able to see whether that book is going to meet your needs. So this book here, Mathematical Techniques, you can be able to preview it from Google Scholar before actually going to the shelf to borrow or read the book. So on this cover here, just below it, you can see Google Preview. You click on it, and this allows you to preview the book. So before moving from your hostel to come to the library to borrow the book, you can determine whether this book is going to actually be able to meet your information needs. So you can see this book here is covering multivariate calculus, discrete mathematics, probability and statistics. So you can be able to see whether that book is actually going to be able to meet your information needs. Okay, back to the library management system, which is Koha. Now, on the left side, when you conduct a search, for example, my search there on calculus, remember we search for books by subject mostly, but you can search for books by author. If you know the author, you can click here and select author and search by author. If you know the ISBN, you can also search by ISBN, which is a unique number but most of the time we will just be searching by the subject area. So on the left here, you are able to limit. So for example, if I am in town campus and my results is showing me the books that are in town campus alone, that is pure mathematics and mathematical techniques. You can also limit by the item type. My colleague mentioned to you that we have various book item types. We have books, we have CDs, we have ebooks. So if I want to just see the CDs collection on calculus, then I'm able to limit there and select calculus, and that will retrieve for me books that have a CD with them that is available on the audiovisual section. So for instance, if I click here on this item here, Calculus by Stewart, I see that there's a CD of the same item, and it's available in the audiovisual room. So that is how you search for the books. That is how you search for the books. So I hope that is very clear on how to search for the books. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to log into your library account and access the various services. How to log into your library account and access the various services accessible to you. So, right corner, on the top right corner there, I want to log out. And this takes me to the home page. You can also access the home page by clicking the icon on the must library. So here, your registration number is your student registration number is the same number that you use in the library. So I want to use an example of a registration number here for a student. That is the registration number that I'm keying in. So, good. I don't want to save. So your username is your registration number. And the default password for your library, any account that you've created, your default password is 123456. That is the default password. So you will log in with the registration number given and the default password, and you will be able to access your library account. So to this end, you are required to change your password. So when you log in, the first thing you will see is your name and the items that you have borrowed from the library. So for this particular student, Irene, she has borrowed one book from the library. And you can see, my colleague mentioned to you that when we issue out books, we usually issue them for 2 weeks. So this book is due on 14th October. So after 14th October, the book will start accumulating fines. And now you will be able to see that your fines column will be populated. It will be 5 shillings per day per book. So you can be able to see, when you log into your account, you're able to see all the books that you have borrowed in your account. You are also able to renew. So this book is supposed to come back on 14th. So just a day or so before the 14th, you log into your library account and then you click on the renew button. You select the item and then you click on it. You select it, you check it, and then you click on renew. That will extend for you the item for another 2 weeks. So you don't have to move from your hostel to come to the library just to renew an item. You can be able to do the renewal of the item right from where you are. So on the left side, you are able to see the other items that are accessible to you. For example, you can see your fines, and your fines shows you the amount that you owe the library. So any fine that you owe the library will be indicated here. This student in particular has no fines or no charges. So you can see there that the student has no fines or charges. Your personal details, that's another important column. So under this column, you are able to see your details and change them. We allow you to change your contacts. We allow you to change your contacts for the library. So you can change your telephone here. If that's not your contact, you can be able to change it. Or if you change your address there, and then you click on submit update request. So when you submit your update request, we normally review it on our end and then communicate back to you if we have accepted or rejected the change. We do not accept you to change your registration number. So if you have done a unit transfer, you have to physically visit the library so that you can feed in your new registration number. Then change your password, a very important field. Change your password. So here you are able to change your password. So the default password is as I've told you. So you put in your default password and then you change to your new password, which nobody now knows about. So you change it and then you give it again, the new password, and then you click on Submit Changes. So that's how to change your library password. The next thing you can see is your reading history, which shows you all the books that you have ever read or accessed. So I hope by the time you're in 4th year, your reading history will be rich. Don't accept to live here without having ever read anything from the library. Then your purchase suggestions allows you to give us books that you want the library to purchase. So if there's a book you've seen somewhere and you want us to purchase, then you can make a purchase suggestion by clicking on that button. What we need in the bare minimum is the title. So if you want us to purchase a book, for example, there's a book you've seen the library doesn't have, you want us to buy it. Let's say it's called The Audacity of Hope. So you simply key in the title there. If you know the author, fine. If you don't know the author, then it's okay. Then you give the other details that have been asked for there. If you don't know them, it's still okay. We can be able to get them. But you give as much details as you know, and then you click on Submit Your Suggestion. So again, the librarian will review this and then decide, depending on the budget and the need for the item, whether or not to purchase the requested item. Next, we have your messaging, and this allows you to choose the kind of text that you will want to receive from the library. So we send you email notifications to the email that you have given to us in your Patreon page. So you will choose which type of emails you will receive from the library. So you can choose an advance notice. This will send a notice in advance before your books are due. So 3 days before your books are due, or 2 days or 1 day, you choose here. Let's say 2 days before your books are due, you want to be emailed and be told that your books are going to be overdue, and therefore you either return or renew them. If you want an email every time you borrow, then you click on item checkout. My colleague mentioned about holds. So once your hold has been fulfilled, then we will send you an email to let you know that the book you wanted is now available in the library. The same for the due date, the items due, and the same for when you return an item. So you select what the type of emails you want to receive. If you don't want to receive an email, you simply deselect. So if I don't want those kind of emails, I deselect them, and then I submit the changes. So that is it about the library account. That is it about the library account. So far we have covered about how to search for books from the library catalog, and we have also covered on your library account and the various things that can be done from your library account. However, up to now, you still do not know how to actually retrieve the books that you have searched from the shelf. So I want to briefly take you through the Library of Congress classification scheme to explain to you how books are organized on the shelf and how to use the call number to be able to retrieve an item from the shelf. So I want to share a presentation here with you on the Library of Congress. Okay. Just a moment as I share the screen. I want to share this file. we've been able to see how to search for books, and we said we search them by subjects. But at the moment, I have not shown you how to actually be able to retrieve them from the shelf. So as I mentioned earlier, this library and many other libraries in the world, like all libraries in Kenya, we use an international scheme to be able to organize our resources. So the scheme we use is not just for here, it's also used in many other public libraries in the country and above. So this scheme is known as the Library of Congress Classification Scheme. Library of Congress Classification Scheme. And it's a very simple system to use because it uses alphabets and numbers. So since it uses alphabets and numbers, it's known as an alphanumeric scheme. It's known as an alphanumeric scheme. So numbers, letters are used to denote the broad subjects of a subject, and numbers are used to denote a narrower aspect of the subject. So the broad subjects are denoted by letters. Most of the time, one letter is never sufficient. Most of the time, we use 2 or 3 letters. And after the first 2 letters, now we use numbers to denote it. So the call number that I showed you earlier, you'll notice that it was made up of alphabets and numbers. So what you see projected there is the broad classification scheme of this Library of Congress classification. So all general works are assigned letter A. Then B is assigned to philosophy, and C all the way up to H is assigned to history. G is for geography. H is for the social sciences. So if you're doing any course social sciences, your book are likely to be starting with the letter H. Then J for political, K is for law, L is for education, M is for music. So if you want music books, you search for books starting with M. N is for arts. And then P is for languages. So if you want novels and that kind of things, because language and literature, you're going to find the novels in a shelf starting with P. Then Q is for science. R is for medicine. T is for technology. So engineering students, your books are likely to be under T. U, V are for military, and we don't offer that, so you may find we don't have very much collections on military and naval science. And finally, Z is for library science. So that's how the scheme is organized, from letter A all the way up to letter Z. So one letter is often not sufficient to divide a subject into enough description. So an additional letter is usually given. I will use an example of sciences because mathematics is compulsory. So I'll use an example of Q, letter Q. So letter Q is assigned to science, but science is broad. So under science, we have many subjects that fall under science. We have mathematics, we have physics, we have chemistry, we have biology, and many other subdivisions. So these additional subdivisions are given an additional number. So QA is for mathematics and computer science. QC is for physics. QD is for chemistry. QH is for biology, and so on and so forth. So you do not have to know which letter is assigned to which subject. All you need to know is that these letters are arranged alphanumerically. In other words, if I have a book that has QA and another book has QC, and I have to place the 2 books on the shelf, the QA book will come before the QC book. That's how you will find them arranged on the physical shelf. The QA book will start, followed by the QC. So after all the books in the library have been arranged, our first shelf here, you have books starting with A, letter A, up to P. They are on the first floor. And on the ground floor, we have books starting with letter Q all the way up to letter Z. My colleague Elisha mentioned to you that on the spine of every shelf, you will see it indicated whether it's B or C or P. So you will be able to know where the respective digit is. So back to my call number. So QA is for mathematics, but mathematics alone, mathematics is already broad. It's already broad enough. So additional numbers are now assigned to various subdivisions of mathematics. additional numbers. This time we don't assign letters. We now assign numbers. And the numbers are assigned numerically with decimals. So you should read them the way you read numerical numbers, like 1, 2, 3, or 123. So if it's 123.1, 123.2, then 123.1 will come before 123.2. So with me here, I have a collection of a few books with additional numbers that denote the various subdivisions of the mathematics subject. If you can see them there. So with me, I have divisions of mathematics. So we have algebra here, and the algebra book is assigned QA 154. And then we have the statistics. Remember, algebra, statistics, trigonometry, calculus, these are various subdivisions under mathematics. So the statistics book is assigned QA 276, and the calculus book is assigned QA 303. So when these books are arranged on the shelf, when we arrange these books on the shelf, we start with the QA 154 book before the QA 276 book, and we go on and on. So after the mathematics books are done, we will now go to the physics books, which is QC. And then we'll now go to the biology books, which are starting with QH. So that is the way those books are arranged on the shelf. Now finally, the books on the shelf are arranged by column, not by row. So like this shelf here, if you can be able to see it, if you can be able to see this shelf here, this shelf has 4 columns. The shelf has 4 columns. The shelf has 4 columns. So the books are arranged from the top going down, and the numbers continue to the next column. So if we are looking for books, if we are searching for these books here, and they are arranged, then letter A will start from here up to here, and then we come to this number. The number continues here to this end, and continues here to the other end. When we reach the bottom, we go to the next column. So we do not arrange books from one end to the extreme end. The books are not arranged from one extreme end to the other extreme end. This is to make your searching work easier. This enables your search for the books to be easier. So back to my catalog. Back to the catalog now, so that we can put this into context. So, So this is the library catalog. And we were here and we searched for a book. Let's say we search for calculus, and then we click go. So these are the books that the library has on calculus. So the most important thing you need to note down when you search for this item is the call number. So you can see the call number for this book is QA303.L3 2010. L3 denotes the author. So the author is starting with L. You can see there, the author of that book is Larson. Now, I want to show you the virtual shelf. This is the way the books are organized. If I go to the shelf, how these books are going to be organized when I physically go to the shelf. And I can be able to see them by call number, from one call number to the other. So this is QA303.L3, and after the QA303.L3, the next book I'll find is 303.L5, then followed by QA303.M8, and then QA303.S2. So notice that L5 comes before M8, and S2 comes after M8. So when we have 2 digits that are similar, for example, 303.S6 2000, and then we have the next book, 303.S6 2002. The 2000 book comes before the 2002 books. So those books are arranged that way. They are arranged alphanumerically, starting with the alphabet, followed by numbers. And the specific shelves are then numbered. So it's very easy for you to now be able to get this book from the shelf. You search, you notice that it's a QA book. You go to that specific shelf, which is QA, that starts with QA, which is on ground floor, and then you locate where the QA 303 books are, And we've now said you'll see 303, L2, L3, S2, S5, like that. So you get to where that exact book you're looking for is. Now, when the book is not there, what could be the reason? If you go to the shelf and find the book is not there, what could be the possible reason? Now, the possible reason is somebody else could be using it in the library. And when someone else is using it in the library, they have it with them somewhere. So normally we collect those books and place them on the sorting shelf and return them back to the respective location the following day in the morning. So if you are not finding the book, you can come immediately after we have shelved the books. We shelve books in the morning. So you can come around 9 or 10, and after we have returned the books to where their respective location, and see if you can be able to find the book. Normally, another reason why you can't find the book or where you're finding it is when we have issued it out. Remember, except for the COVID, we usually issue books out, and we'll still look for mechanisms to resume that service. So when you search for a book and you find it's not there, probably the book is issued. When a book is issued, it will indicate that it's checked out. So before going to the shelf, if the system is telling you checked out, that book is not going to be available. So if you have any questions, you can keep them coming. Otherwise, that is how the books are physically organized in the shelf and how to actually be able to get the physical books from the shelf. So I'll hand it back to Paul to let us know the next action.
Thank you, our library patrons. Thank you for the far, Madam Lou, you've taken us. You've done it exhaustively. I'm sure our library patrons will have learned a lot. There are some alterations in our program. We've decided after the Lord's presentation, we'll go back to Elisha, Mr. Elisha. Mr. Elisha will take us through the library rules and regulation. Then we'll come back to Mr. Maina, who will take us how to assess the e-resources. Then we'll finish up by introduction for our members, for our staff members in town campus and Marimba Center. Welcome, Mr. Elisha.
Thank you so much, Paul. I want to take you through the terms and conditions in the use of the library. Because once you sign up as a patron or as a user, these are our rules of engagement. So these are the do's and the don'ts in the library, okay? Our expectation of you on how you conduct yourself when using this library. So number one, let me go through the guidelines, then we'll come to the rules. So library users must identify themselves. I know each of you have, if you don't have a national ID, you have your birth certificate. Soon you'll be issued with student ID. So that is what the identification document that you present at the issue desk before you are served, right? So library users must identify themselves. If you don't have national ID, please come with a birth certificate. If you don't have that, you may have passport. Without that, you can come with the student ID. So you must identify yourself, right? Then books removed on the shelves should be left on the desk. These days, we have strategically placed cartons within the library. So once you're done reading that material, you are supposed to place it back. Let me just show you. Like if you can see here, if you can see here, this one here. I hope you can read it. Drop book here after reading. So once you have used that material, kindly place it back. Just place it at the carton. Then the library staff will be shelving it as you have been shown there. Then the reading space is limited, so users should not reserve seats for others. I know in your classes, you may reserve a seat for your colleague. Maybe you place an item there, maybe a book for your fellow comrade to book that seat for them. That does not apply in the library, so we don't allow. We will be served first as you come. The first one to the last. If the room is full, we won't allow excess entry until others leave the library, then we will be allowed in. So first come, first served, no reservation. Then all bags, briefcases, overcoats, other foreign materials, like maybe food, that's one you know where you place them. You leave them at the luggage area, and of course upon which you'll be issued with a tag. That one I hope is clear. Then respect the borrowing guidelines for various categories of books. Remember, reference materials are not issuable. They are not borrowable. You only use them within. Short loan, used within the library for a maximum of 3 hours, then you return. Long term, you can use up to 14 days, or you can also renew. If by the 14-day period you are not done yet, you can renew before that period elapses. Then you are asked to just be courteous, be courteous, be courteous. And of course, you know that let common sense apply, because you are all adults. So let common sense apply. Regulations. Library items should not be taken out without proper authorization. And you know where you will be authorized, at the issue desk there, at the circulation desk. So once you obtain that material, you produce your identification document. If it is student ID, national ID, or birth certificate, then the library at the issue desk will go to your account, then issue that material under your details. Yeah, so every material should be used under proper authorization. Violation of that rule, twice replacement cost of the item, and administrative fee of 500 shillings. Number 2, defacing, mutilating, damaging library material or facilities, or willfully altering or destroying the identification marks of this material is prohibited. Failure or violation of that, you will pay replacement cost of that item and administrative fee of 500 shillings. Okay. Then number 3, obtaining or using a library card under false pretense is not allowed. And violation of that rule, you will be suspended from the library for a maximum of 1 semester. Smoking, eating, drinking, sleeping in the library, that is also prohibited. In case you violate that, you will be suspended from the library for a maximum period of 1 semester. So just imagine you are in the university, then you are blocked from accessing these materials. And remember, every semester you pay 2,000. You pay 2,000 to use these books and the information resources we have. So if you violate that, you will be barred from using the library for up to 1 semester. Then number 5, all communication gadgets. Remember, library is a quiet zone. Put your gadgets on silent mode. Put them on silent mode. In case you violate that, you will be suspended for a whole semester. Then number 6, the library. Library is a place for silent and private study. So consultations, discussions, group study should be held in the information commons or other facilities available in the library. In case you violate that, suspension for a period of 1 month. Then number 7, use or possession of items from other libraries that are either overdue or have evidence of having been removed without proper authorization will be confiscated. So when we see you with a material that maybe you borrowed from a friend or you took from your friend in another university or another institution without proper authorization, we will pick that item, and then the penalty we will liaise with the relevant institution, and then relevant charges or action will be taken. Number 8, so a user serving a suspension from the library is required to strictly adhere to the suspension terms. In the previous rules that I've mentioned, one of the charges or the penalty is suspension for 1 semester or maybe 1 month or even 1 academic year. So in case you are serving that term, you are not allowed to use the library resources, even though you are paid. So that is the repercussion, if you can see that. Remember I said, let common sense apply because you are all adults. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Elisha, for taking us through that session. I'll hand over the mic to Mr. Maina, who is going to take us through the use of e-resources. By E, we mean electronic resources. Maina.
Thank you so much, my colleagues, for guiding through the sessions from how you can access different services from different sections. But for now, I will guide you on how you can utilize the e-resources that are available offered by Ruben Marambi Library. So straight away, I will share the library website, which is the starting point. So from the library website, there are different resources which are in electronic. If you cannot find an e-book on the shelves, a book on the shelves, or before you come to the library, so in a moment as I share my screen, I'm sharing the library website. The library website, you can access it through any browser. That is library.mus.ac.ke. When you search it from different browsers, this is the interface. And as I had said, that different resources that we offer, that means maybe the book is not on the shelf or is on the loan. So you can come and search from the website or to find out if there is a copy online so that you can read the book in an electronic format. And not only the books, we also have e-journals. We have the publications that are done by our faculties and the students. That is on the institutional repository. Even in the MUST Scholar, it's a kind of Google Scholar. It's the same thing. And some of the open access databases we have for those who are doing postgraduate of sanitation, masters of sanitation. These are course materials. And as well, you can do your revision using the past papers that are available, that have been uploaded. And still, you can chat with us and even comment or fill a form to report maybe there is a missing past paper that you wanted to revise, and then our team will act on it and make it available on the past papers website. And as well, you can get some recordings of videos. So straight away, I'll demonstrate on how you can access these ebooks, or rather the other resources that are in electronic format. So on the library website, I repeat again, library.mus.ac.ke or www.library.mus.ac.ke. As well, you can access it from the university website as well on the MUST campus tab. And then you click library. Maybe I can demonstrate. must.sc.ke. MUST campus. On that drop-down menu, you click library. And here we have the same page, or the shortcut is just library.must.ac.ke, or rather, if you can say it's library.must.ac.ke. And then you can access these resources from e-resources tab, or down here where there is an off-campus, but at the moment maybe a disclaimer that off-campus is not available, but we are doing something about it. So maybe after a number of days we will have it live, or rather active. So you can click this link for ebooks, or on top here, ebooks. So I'll use this link, it's the same link, ebooks. And then we have a number of databases, that is Library, Oxford Scholarship, Taylor and Francis, as well Royal Society of Chemistry, and many more. So before you try to use the kind of databases of your choice, maybe you can go through the description on what it covers. So for Library, it covers more than 120,000 books of different disciplines, or rather different subjects. So for now, I'll demonstrate using ebooks. So I will click ebooks, either on the image icon or on the description link. It's the same. And that is the interface. That is the interface for the ebooks. And since, as I said, the off-campus is not working, so make sure it has this description here. It's for Mary University of Science and Technology. So that means you have to use the on-campus network. So you click that link for ebooks, and then the search, simple search, and there is an advanced search. Library or the ProQuest, there is a simple search and an advanced search. Simple search, advanced search. With advanced search, you use the key terms or the key searching terms of your research. You don't just need to chemistry, maybe you are doing education, something to do with nursing, and it depends on the question you are answering. And for simple search, you use this search tab, search box. So maybe we can search by typing microbiology, and then you click search, and then you have different books you can preview through it. So maybe we can demonstrate using applied microbiology. So you'll click it, and then you evaluate it. You can go through the table of contents, and as well you can read it online, or you can download it. If you see the book is relevant and it will answer to your queries, then you choose maybe to open it and read it online. It's opening. And here you have your book. That is the cover page. And there are a number of tools you can use. You can navigate through the pages. You can zoom in and zoom out. You can bookmark it. You can highlight. You can cite. You can share the link. You can print. You can download a book chapter, and you can download the entire book. So from here, you can click this link if you're on this page. As well, from the description page still, you can use these two links or this other link, download the book, you click it, and then, as I said, there is no off-campus access, and even if you're on campus, you need to create an account so that you can utilize this maybe you can download the book and utilize this ebook. So you enter your first name and last name. Maybe I will give an example. Maybe your name is Town, for an example. Your last name maybe is Library. And then you use your corporate mail or the university email. And for the structure of students, we'll have here maybe your name at students.must.ac.ke, and then you set a password. And make sure it's more than 8 characters. And then you accept this privacy policy, and then you create the account so that it will allow you to download. And then it will pop up this description to ask you if you are using a laptop, a desktop, an iOS application form, or you are using an Android or any other application in your device, and then you click continue. And then for you to read this book, we have an ebook reader, that is Adobe Digital Edition. So you click get Adobe Digital Edition, so we will click it so that we download the installer and install it. And then we select here, continue in Africa. And then in this case, I'm using, maybe I want to download for Windows, or maybe you are using another OS. So you download, you click the kind of device you are using. For this case, maybe you click the first one or the second one, so that we download it and install it. So it's downloading the installer. Then you open it so that we install it. So you select the kind of device you are using, the operating system that your device is using. So you click it and download it and install it. So I'm downloading it and installing it. So in a moment, as I share on how you can continue to download. And then you continue to download, and then after you have downloaded it, you click I'm done with this step, so that we download the book. And since we are using an EPUB version or rather another version of a PDF, it will ask you to select the number of days you want to read the book, so that after those number of days elapses, it will self-destruct itself. So I will choose that most days, 21 days, that is 3 weeks, and then I click download. So it's downloading the ebook. So it's trying to find the ebook reader. Let me share with you. In a moment, sorry. Sorry about that. I will do a recap on how you can search and read the book online and then download. As we understand, most of you, you have a smartphone, maybe, or a tablet and laptops. So for this case, maybe let us start from how you search, so you can follow through. So we'll use microbiology. These are the results: applied microbiology and many more. We have the first one, microbiology. Maybe we'll use one of it as an example. So you can go through it and see what it covers, maybe on these descriptions. So for this case, maybe applied microbiology, we click it, we open it. Here is the table of content. You go through it, what it covers, the topics. So if maybe it covers your area of interest, maybe you choose to read it online, you click read online. From this tab, read online, or from here, read online. And still here, we have also the table of content. Still, you can go through it on the left of your page. That is the cover page. You can as well go through the pages by here, by typing the number of page. Maybe you want to read on page 50. And it will take you to the page number 50, and you read it if you are specific to that page number, where it covers things to do with acid. And then if you are satisfied with this book, or maybe you want to cite it, maybe when you are doing your research, so there are these tabs here, the features, the tools that you can use to cite. You click it, and then you choose the kind of version that you want to cite with. For Kenyan public universities, we use APA, so you search APA. You click APA, and this is how you reference it. But if you want to cite it in the in-text, you just include the author's surnames and the year of publication. But for reference, this is how it's referenced. So you can copy it and paste it on your document, your Word document. And then if you want to download the similar step, you click here, you download the entire book. If you are using a phone, you click, maybe if it's an Android phone, you click here. If it's an iOS, you click here. But if you are using laptop or desktop, you click the first one. So for those, majority are for Android phones. And then you continue so that you get the book reader. So after all these steps, maybe when you are done with it, you download the book. After downloading the book, I will show you how it looks like after downloading. After downloading, it's similar. It's similar on what we were viewing on the reading online. So when you are reading the book, this is how it looks like. I'm scrolling down. It's still loading the book. That is page 4 of chapter 1. Maybe things to do with the development of microbiology as a science, spontaneous generation theory, and Louis Pasteur's. You continue using your book. And if you are satisfied with the book, maybe you can go back and search the same process. You search another book or another topic, and that means you continue doing your assignment. So I hope to that point I've guided you, and maybe if you have a question, or maybe you have a challenge on installing these applications or reading online, you can still visit our library, and then we'll get you assisted. So I will guide you as well for another e-resource. That is e-journals. That is for when you are doing your advanced research, or you are doing your project, e-journal, or as well you can get it from our homepage here. The e-journals from IEEE, and then you read the description, what it covers. IEEE mostly covers engineering and technology, things to do with architecture, robotics, and computer sciences. We have JSTOR, we have SAGE, we have Whaley, Springer, and many more e-journals. So after clicking it, the interface are different from what the e-books they look like. The difference between e-book and e-journals, the e-journals cover specific topics, and they're not like a book, they cover a number of topics. So if we choose to read maybe for IEEE, maybe you are doing something to do with computer science, or you are doing a research on robotics, or something to do with mechanical engineering, electrical. So it's loading. In a moment. So that is the interface for the IEEE e-journal. It's still the same search, kind of a search, but you can still apply different techniques by using double quotation marks if you want to search for a phrase that they have to follow each other. Maybe I demonstrate by using double quotation mark. Maybe this now is for computer science. Maybe you want something to do with internet impact. So it will only source things that the phrases following each other. But if you search just internet without double quotation mark, and you see the results for impact of internet, that was with the 7 result that it had retrieved. But if you search without double quotation mark, the result has increased to 14,000. Maybe I repeat. So that is searching with a double quotation mark. And here we have the result. That is when you want the phrase to follow each other. The result, we have 7 journals, sorry. But if you just search internet impact, we have 14,000, more than 14,000 journals. So with using such techniques, they will help you to narrow down your search, and then you will evaluate your topic, your journals, and then you continue doing your assignment. That is for e-journals. The interfaces are different from IEEE and other databases, but the search techniques, they are similar for all search engines. So I'll take you through to another e-resource. So back to our website. Still, we'll be coming back to the library website. So that I've done with ebooks, e-journals, now the repository for the publication that has been done by the university. So you can browse on the repository. You type, maybe if you want to search a paper that was done, maybe thing to do with, maybe you are researching on ERPs. And we have a paper here, ERP user perspective. You open it, and if you want to read a full text, you show full text. You can go through it. This is the abstract. So you can go through the abstract. Abstract is just a summary of what that paper was all about. So as well, with searching, you use keywords as, like my colleague had mentioned earlier, you can use maybe the title, maybe the name of the author. Maybe we can try to search something that was written by Odhiambo as an author on the repository. Maybe I'm not sure of his first name. We have Otieno Romanas Odhiambo. Let's see. It's a paper. Maybe I want to use the URL to source the paper. Robust variance estimation. Here's the description of the paper that he had written. So we can still search another title. We click the second one. Maybe you want to read it. This is the abstract, the summary of the book. And then it's only an abstract that was uploaded. So let us search something that was uploaded with a full text. And as well, you can go through the schools in this collection. They are arranged in different collections of different schools, and maybe in different on the home page as I demonstrate. It depends if it was a conference, it was a project, it was a staff publication, student publication, thesis and dissertation, and university publication. These are for graduations and maybe speeches. And these are the recent uploaded work. So maybe we can go through the staff publication, maybe your school, maybe it's this paper. And then you click here, and here we have the paper. You can navigate through the pages, and if you want to download it, you can download it from here. You download a PDF. That is for the repository. Again, let me show you another e-resource. Still from the library website. The e-resources. We have Most Scholar. Most Scholar is similar to the Google Scholar, but now this one is a Google Scholar. Sorry, in a moment. Let me share again. In a moment, as it's loading, we have a network issue. Let me take you through on how you can access past papers as we sort that for Google Scholar. So for you to access past papers, still on the home page, you click past papers, and that is the interface on how the past papers they look like. So you can go through your school and the year that paper was done that you want to revise. Maybe you're in the School of Agriculture and Food Science. You want to revise on the paper that were done on during 2021 examinations. You click it, and here we have the papers. And as well, if you are not sure, maybe when you are doing a combined course, maybe you type here, for example, communication skills. And then it's in a number of schools, in the School of Education, School of Agriculture and Food Science, School of Business and Economics. So maybe we want to revise on the paper that is in the School of Education to do with communication, and then you can go through here, and then you click it. So we can search the communication that was done in this school, communication skills. You click it, and it will open, and then you revise. These are the questions. That is for past papers. And now let me guide you through if you are having a challenge and you need to communicate with us on how you can chat with us. So still on the past paper, on the home page, there's a WhatsApp icon here. You click it. If you are using your phone, it will take you direct to your WhatsApp application, and then you will start your chat. If you are using a desktop, you will have to download and install an application supported by your laptop or a desktop or your tablet. And still, you can fill a form, and then you will enter your details. That is the Google form. You fill your details, and then you'll submit it. Make sure you include the title and the unit code and the year the paper was done and the program you are doing, so that we source it and upload it on the website, the site for past papers. And then there is also how you can chat with us live. So you can contact us through a number of ways. On the library website, there are contacts. You can send a mail through posters. You can make a phone call, and then it will be redirected to the library. You can live chat with us. You can send an email at library.most.ac.ke. But when you are live chatting with us, you click here. And then you fill your details, your full name, your email, and your message, and then you submit. And at times it will ask you to include your registration number. So you fill it before you start the chat. As well, you can click on the same tab, Ask a Librarian, is the same page. You fill your details and then submit it and your message. And that is it on how you can contact us. And feel free to visit the library at any time. Maybe I'll take it back to the coordinator, that is Paul. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Maina, for the exhaustive presentation. I'm sure our library patrons have learned a lot, and they'll continue learning a lot from us. I'll just give a 1 or 2 minute maximum to Elisha to answer 2 most pressing questions from our live chat. The most pressing ones. The rest I know, I know there's one on examination, which was tabled before Mr. Maina's presentation, so that has been covered. Then on something else on registration. Sure. Any pressing?
Do we pay to access library services? Okay, thank you so much.
one patron was asking whether they are supposed to pay. Well, by default, as a patron, you must have subscribed to the university. So as a student, you pay for library service about 2,000 in your fee. But these other charges are only for your interest. For example, printing, binding, scanning. So those are what we charge. But to read or access the e-resources, past papers, we don't charge you. And then one is asking how to locate a specific book. I hope maybe you might have come late, but the starting point is always the library website. Library website. So you go to library.mass.ac.ke. Let me just take you there for a minute. So your starting point always is library.mass.ac.ke. It will take you to the home page. That at the home page there, you go to the OPAC search. The OPAC search, that's where you enter maybe the title of the book here, title of the book, then you click search. It will give you results. Then from the result, identify the book you're looking for. Then note down the call number. The call number is the address. So the address will direct you to the exact location in the shelf. Remember, each of the resources have a call number, and the call number specifies the exact location. So if the call number is maybe K something or T something, go to the shelf containing the T's. Don't go to shelf containing H if it is T's. If it is K, go to K. If it is P, go to the shelf containing those that call numbers. So that one, you don't have to come to the library that you want to be shown where that is. Once you are internet connected through your smartphone or the laptop, just go to the library website. At the OPAC search, enter the title or the key terms, then you'll get the relevant resources. Look at the call number. The call number will direct you to the shelf. Then go to the library and pick it. I hope that is now clear. Then, when are we going to get the student? I'm sure that one, the admission office will, once they're done, you'll be notified. Once they are processed, you'll be notified. You don't have to worry. But meanwhile, that does not mean you can't access the services. Remember, you have other forms of identification. Come with your national ID if you have one. If you don't have one, you are still underage, come with your birth certificate or passport if you have one. I know you can't miss all that. There must be one that you have. So come with that, you will be served. Then I can't log into my library account. Well, each of you, we have your accounts ready, but if there may be a technical itch, maybe for special cases, you are welcome to the library, you will be sorted. Otherwise, even when you go to the library website there, library.mass.ac.ke, at the home page, down there is my library account. So when you click my library account, let me just demonstrate that. I hope you can see that. Then you log in with your your registration number. So registration number is your username. Then the default password is 123456. So you enter that, then you will be able to log in. Then you can use that. Then once you log in successfully for the first time, you are advised to change your password. Change your password for your security. Hope that is clear. Then someone is trying to get a book, but it has no call number. I don't think if that is true, because every material that is prepared ready must have a call number. Maybe if it is not on the spine, let me have one book just to demonstrate. If it is not on the spine, when you open the first page there, yes, so the call numbers, you get them at the spine here. This is the call number. Like this one is QH308.2.C3, then 206, then we have the barcode. So if maybe this spine label is maybe removed, then flip in the first, is it the first few pages there, you'll get, yes, like this case here,
you have the call number still there. You have it there. If you can see, it is either the first or second or third page there. When you flip through, you will see the call number there. So if this spine label, if the spine label is maybe dislocated, just flip through the first 2 or 3 pages, you will get the call number there. Every resource that has been processed and made ready for you must have the call number. So thank you. I hope that is clear. And then one is asking, suppose I lose a book, how do I replace it? Well, come to the issue desk, or the librarian will give you the cost. Yeah, we'll check and give you the cost. Of course, you will be given a form, then you fill that form of replacement. But the first thing, always report. In case you lose a book, report at the issue desk so that we stop it from accruing more fines. Because once that duration elapses, your borrowing duration elapses, it will automatically accrue fines, 5 shillings per day. So report. Then we'll give you some time to look for that book. If you don't find it, you will have to replace it. So the librarian will give you the cost of that book, then you start the process of paying that. And then how do I access past papers? Right now, we don't have hard copies. So past papers are all online. Go to at the library website there. Library website, I told you most of this, sorry. Okay, just 1 minute. Most of these services, your starting point always is the library website. So you go to the library website, then under e-resources, okay, just 1 minute. Under e-resources, good, back. Okay, so just start, the starting point is always library.mast.ac.ke. Then under e-resources here, you can click past papers, or just at the home page there, under off campus, you can see off campus down here. Then the last link there, the last link is the past papers. So when you click there, they are organized per schools per year. So I know that's one you are able to access to. Otherwise, those are the questions I've seen. In case you still have another concern, you are always welcome. You can visit us in person or use other channels that my colleague has given me. Thank you, Paul.
So, thank you, Mr. Risha, for that. You are always exhaustive, and I'm sure you've answered our patrons' queries well, and they are satisfied. But as you've concluded, they are free anytime, any day to just pop in and be assisted, and they'll be guided accordingly. We are almost coming to the conclusion of our orientation, but we cannot conclude without recognizing the presence or acknowledging that our Merutown the campus staff are here and our Marimba Center staff are here. So I'll call upon, for CBD campus, I'll call upon Madam Pamela to stand, say a word, and give on the mic, pass on the mic to the staff, your colleagues in CBD, to also say something. You can try and say maybe the kind of collection you have in very few ones. Yeah, sure.
Good morning. Good afternoon, sorry. Good afternoon. My name is Pamela Kaiberia, working at Town Campus Issue Desk. There. Good afternoon. My name is Pamela Kaiberia, working at Town Campus Library Issue Desk. In our town campus, we have like 3 schools, SBE, school, the TVET, and School of Health Sciences. In our campus, we do many things: issuing the books, returning, renewing, and also answering other general questions. We also train our students on how to access the e-resources and also use the OPAC to locate the physical books. And we also do the shelving and shelf reading, photocopying, that is reprographic. And we also have, in our town campus, we don't have the physical newspapers, we also have the online ones. So if you come there, you will be sorted the same way you are being sorted the main campus. Thank you. Welcome.
Pass on the mic to your colleague in town.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Lenity McKenna from town campus. I work at the issue desk. When you come there, you'll meet me there. I will sort you all your issues. Thank you. I'll pass this to Ann Kinya.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name's Ann Kinya. I work in town. When you come there, you meet me. I will empower you to get information.
Good afternoon. I'm Morris Mutuma. I work at town campus. I'm in charge of the security clerk.
Thank you, Bwana Mutuma.
Hello everyone, my name is Emmanuel Molela. I work at Marimba campus. We offer the services that are just the same that are offered here at main campus. So reprographic services, circulation services, reference services are offered at Marimba too. So you are all welcome to enjoy our library services. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello everyone. I'm Martin Bundi from Marimba Learning Center Library. I'm the library assistant there. In addition with what my colleague has said, in Marimba we have only one school of agriculture and food science. So we offer certificate and diplomas there at Marimba. So currently we have the TVET student and the diploma in agriculture student, certificate in agriculture, horticulture, diploma in horticulture, diploma in entrepreneurship, and there is one other one. So there are, I think, 5 courses which are offered, but all are under agriculture. So all services are like the services which are offered at main campus, they are the same services replicated at Marimba Learning Center. Thank you.
Thank you to our colleagues, both in town and in Marimba. I can emphasize that for our students in town and in Marimba, they are in good hands. Our colleagues there are competent, they have the right skills and the right qualification for the position they hold, and so you are guaranteed you are in safe hands, and you are assured of they empower you through information. I think we'll conclude there, but before I conclude, I'll hand over the mic to Madam Ruth, who will call the orientation to conclusion.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, audience, for attending this training session. I'd like to pass my sincere gratitude to you for turning up to be able to be empowered with those skills. I'm also very grateful to my team. Thank you, team, for coming and explaining to our students the services that are offered. I am really indebted. I'm also indebted to the team led by Isaac for enabling this live coverage so that we've been able to do a very, very good presentation online. I am truly, truly grateful. So I'll just ask, I'll ask Lenity to end with a word of prayer as we end this session.
Let's stand up and pray. Father, in the mighty name of Jesus, we are before thy presence this afternoon with our hearts full of thanksgiving for this far you have carried us. Thank you, Jehovah, for making this process to the end, Jehovah. We can't take it for granted, Jehovah. It has taken your mighty hand, Jehovah. As we go to our places of work, lead us through, Jehovah, so that we can continue empowering our students with the resources available with us. In Jesus' name I pray.